If the Earth's core is hot, made of molten lava, why are our oceans cold? How does that work exactly? Because, well, I put my hand over a pot of boiling water once, and it got warm pretty fast. I didn't need a science degree to figure that out. Heat rises. That is not a theory. That is something every single human being on this planet learns before they are 5 years old. So why is the ocean cold? Stay right here, because what I'm about to walk you through is going to make you question something you have believed your entire life without ever once stopping to think about it. Let's build this picture properly, so you can really feel how strange this is. The official scientific model says the Earth is structured like a hard-boiled egg, a thin outer shell. That's the crust we walk on. Beneath that, a thick layer of slow-moving molten rock called the mantle, then a liquid outer core, and right at the very center, a solid inner core made of iron and nickel spinning, generating the magnetic field that protects all life on Earth. All of that is supposedly sitting just beneath the ocean floor. In some places, like the mid-ocean ridges, the ocean floor is incredibly thin, a few kilometers at most. Scientists have actually recorded molten rock, real lava, bubbling up through cracks in the ocean floor. They have filmed it. You can find the footage. Superheated water shooting out of vents at over 400 degrees Celsius. So hot it should technically be steam, but the pressure of the deep ocean keeps it liquid. That is wild, and it's real. But here is the part that quietly slips past most people. Those hydrothermal vents, those 400-degree jets of boiling water, heat up the immediate water around them by maybe a few meters. And then the rest of the ocean, still freezing cold. We are talking about a source of heat that could melt steel, surrounded by water that is barely above the temperature of a household freezer. And that is supposed to make sense. Now let's go deeper. And I mean that literally. The deepest hole ever drilled into the Earth is called the Kola Super Deep Borehole in Russia. Scientists drilled for 24 years straight. They wanted to see what was down there. They wanted to reach the mantle. They got about 12 kilometers down. 12 kilometers. The Earth is supposedly over 6,000 kilometers to the center. They got 12. Not even close. They had to stop because the temperature and pressure were destroying their equipment faster than they could drill. So here is the honest truth that most people never hear stated clearly. Nobody has ever seen the Earth's core. Not one single person. No camera. No probe. No instrument has ever physically reached it. Everything we think we know about what is inside this planet is based on seismic data, vibrations from earthquakes measured at the surface, and then modeled on computers using assumptions layered on top of other assumptions. We have more direct physical evidence of what is on the surface of Mars than we do of what is 6 kilometers below our own feet. Let that land. And now, knowing that, ask yourself again, if the core is 5,000 degrees and we have never actually confirmed it with direct measurement, how confident should we really be in the rest of the model? Because the ocean being cold is not a small footnote. It is a question that points directly at the foundation of the whole story. Heat moves, always, in every environment, through rock, through water, through air. It does not stay politely in one place just because a textbook says it should. But according to the official model, somehow the ocean floor acts as a perfect insulator, keeping all that unimaginable heat locked neatly below while swimmers at the beach complain that the water is too cold. One geophysicist wrote in a peer-reviewed journal that the thermal gradient, meaning how fast the temperature rises as you go deeper, varies so dramatically from location to location that applying a single global model to the entire planet may simply be incorrect. He wasn't fired, he wasn't cancelled, his paper just got very, very quiet. Because when the data does not fit the model, the data gets reclassified as an anomaly, and the model stays. That is not science. That is something else entirely. And the ocean stays cold while nobody on television asks why.